We back. Topic of discussion today is...
Wait a minute, hold up. Before you start all of that, we got a guest in the building. You got to introduce the guest.
Everybody. Tasha, these are the people. You know what I mean?
Hey. Hello there, YouTube. Meet Tasha, YouTube.
Topic of discussion today is...
single versus being in a relationship.
Go.
Yeah, so what's some of the pros in being single?
Do what you want and fuck who you want. Green light or what?
Let me say it a little better.
Come on with it, nigga.
You got complete control of your own time. You ain't got to answer to nobody. What you want to do, you can do whenever, however, because you can.
True.
Yeah, you don't have to second guess your actions. You can just do whatever you want, you know.
Basically, you saying you can fucking suck everything.
What do y'all think is better? You think being in a relationship is better than being single, or is it like the same?
I mean, unless you like a hoe, I think being in a relationship is pretty good. Like, you know.
So you say relationship over single?
Yeah.
What if you single, but you got like one dude you talk to, but you're not committed to him?
It's a relationship, but it's not the relationship.
It's a relationship?
It's a relationship.
Okay.
Everybody got relationships. Like, I got a relationship with Vince. We buddies now.
Even if you're single and you talking to a nigga, y'all are still in a relationship.
Yes, but y'all not a committed relationship.
If one of y'all like fuck somebody else, is that a problem?
At the end of the day, you gotta establish ground rules, like, in a relationship. So, like, if I'm talking to somebody, and he's talking to somebody else, then he better not have expectations of me saying I can't talk to somebody else, or can't be with somebody else. If he's out there doing the same thing, it's a double standard. I mean, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you should know your role, and you should know where you're at. Like, you gotta ask those questions. Because you gotta be like, you gotta know. Because, like, if you come in like, oh, I don't know, I thought it was this way, that way, then you know what, you just setting yourself up for, like, heartbreak.
That's true. Beezy.
What's up? What's dying?
Do you look at it like a relationship if you just talk to somebody and y'all messing around?
It depends. It depends on, like, what stage you at. If you're just talking to a female, if you're just talking to a chick and ain't no time in, y'all are basically, like, still feeling each other out, and somebody else come along that's talking about something, then really you ain't got no ties. When it comes to, like, you fucking and you want to continue that same thing, then yeah, maybe you're looking at it a little differently. Because now you got a tie. This person has already given up the act. So it's like, yeah.
Right, makes sense. So if they give up, after they didn't give up the ass, or whatever the case is it wrong to start fucking with somebody else while you fuck with them?
It's a question that has to be asked on a relationship to relationship. Because some people got it like that, where it's just like, I can go fuck anybody I want, long as, you know,
right,
the other person knows.
True, that's true, man.
So it's like, for me, I would be feeling a little dirty.
If you were to mess with somebody else while you talking to somebody?
Yeah.
I would too. I feel a little dirty. You and the girl that you mess with, like, y'all don't have, like, no terms or nothing. Should you, like, let her know that you kind of feeling somebody else? Or, like, give, like, a common courtesy, like, hey, man, I'm starting to kind of talk to somebody. Or should you just be like, fuck it?
I don't know, like, if you, at the end of the day, if you really serious about this person, then I think you should tell them about the other person. The other person, tell the other person about that person you want to be serious with. Because then, I don't know, they're going to have some kind of claim, and when they find out, like, through somebody else or through the source that you with somebody, they're going to start feeling crazy, you know, like, oh, so who's this? Why you didn't tell me about her? Oh, you doing her too? Like, you know.
Or you suck that nigga dick and then kiss me right in my mouth?
Oh, that's the worst, man. I think that's the worst. It don't get no worse than that.
I gotta throw in a question, man.
Come on with it, nigga.
You already see how dudes feel about that. Like, letting a female suck another dude's dick and then go home and kiss her man in the mouth. Do females feel that same way about a dude and pussy?
Like, you have somebody's private parts in your mouth. Like, you know, did you brush your teeth? Did you use Listerine? Did you put some alcohol in there? You sanitize?
I'm not saying they did. I mean, say they did brush their teeth. Because guys are like this. You suck that dick and brush your teeth, we still looking at it like, you still suck that dick.
Like, and whatever happened, you brought home to me. I would never,
to my ass,
ever suck another dude's dick. Basically, you caused me to be familiar with that just by osmosis.
Like every nigga that fuck with a girl, we all know that she sucked a dick before in her life. But we don't like being like, recent dick has been sucked and then we still kissing this bitch. You know what I mean?
If females feel the same way about it, is it kind of like, do y'all sit around and like, when y'all thinking about niggas doing fucked up shit, that's one of them like, oh man, I'd kill him if I found out that he ate another bitch out and then came home and kissed me.
I don't think they think it's that serious.
Well, I can't speak for all females, but I would take that serious. Like, even like, you know, that's cheating. Hell yeah, I'll be serious.
I mean, this is beyond cheating. This is
like
you hurt me.
Like, ultimate disrespect right there. Like,
you hurt me in my soul.
I don't know, man. I look at it like, if you gonna suck his dick and you sucking mine, how much do you really like me?
It's not like she sucked me and then went over and sucked you. It's like, dude, if you doing all of that, don't kiss me in my mouth.
I don't be kissing no dicky mouth. But hey, man, what you don't know ain't gonna never kill you. You know what I mean?
Question, hold up. Have you ever tried to kiss a girl in the club? Like, you dancing, you feeling, then you try to kiss her neck and kiss her
How? Like, y'all doing what? What y'all doing in there?
Like, y'all, you know. Dudes be trying to pull that. Like, they dancing, they feeling, and they try to kiss on your neck.
It's
so you
only,
like, hold up, who are you?
It's happened once.
To you?
To me.
A dude try to kiss you?
No, not a dude. I was dancing with a female, and it was a slow song, and we was slow grinding, like, you know, blood start pumping, and they get hard. Next thing you know, we on the floor kissing.
On the floor?
What about relationship? Like, when you in a relationship, like, how do you keep your identity?
With that girl? Or what do you mean?
Like, how do you keep your self-identity? Like, when you're a couple or something, you together, you know, you act one way with your friends, and then one way with your significant other. Like,
I honestly think if a dude wakes up one day and is like, I'm not who I used to be because of this relationship, it didn't happen overnight. He lost himself in degrees. Like, he started letting shit slide that he wouldn't normally let slide.
Would you let your girl hang out with the homies? Like,
you know what? By herself, no. With me, I probably would, but I've gotten to where, like, in life, I'm like, I starting to want to doubt that shit.
To me, I look at it like this, man. It's like, for niggas that I trust, wholeheartedly, like, dude, I can actually put myself in a life and death situation and be like, this nigga got my back. This nigga not finna do no dirty shit. This nigga is actually finna come through and save my life. If I can trust a nigga like that, then I can probably trust him around my girl, because he ain't gonna do no dirty shit.
Oh, you talking about me?
So, hey, what are some cons of being single? Like,
cons of being single. The cons of being single is you ain't got no in-house ass at the house.
But it's also like the small little bits of love that you get when you...
There's no companionship at the house.
Yeah. When you want to go out and you want to do something fun that you know you don't want to do with your niggas, like go to the museum or go try a restaurant. Like, you want to do something intimate and just with a female, it's just like, dude, you stuck. You can't... You got to do that shit by your lonesome.
What about for females, man? How y'all feel?
Like, someone like, yo, can you fix the sink? Or can you change my tire? Like, you know.
I'm just here to fix your sink and your tire, man.
Like, or like if you walking down the street and people are catcalling, you be like, man, I wish I had a dude right here so this dude wouldn't do it. But then again, there's some dudes that's bold enough to still catcall.
Hell yeah, it is. Why you with your girl?
Right. That make you want to go in the nigga mouth fast.
You fight niggas, but when niggas start disrespecting this shit, like, man, I need to go up under the seat. I said the pros for being in a relationship, you always got some in-house. You always got somebody, you always got the companion there, you always got...
Wait a minute, let's just make this short and sweet. It sounds like you about to go into, like, the pros and cons for being in a relationship are the exact opposite of the pros and cons of being single.
Just about. I think the main pro is like you actually like with somebody, you growing with somebody, you know? You don't have to actually just be meeting somebody and dating them. If you in a relationship that actually like means something, it's growing, you know? And that feels better than just like dating random motherfuckers.
True. I give you that.
Yeah.
On the con side, it can also be like the same thing as if you're not growing growing with somebody and time is passing and you're like, dude, why am I done wasted a year of my life with this person.
You know, I don't even think it's a waste, man. I think when shit's going wrong, you're just learning. You're learning what you can't tolerate, and you're just learning more about yourself, I think.
True. I will say that for every relationship, actually all relationships that I've been in, I've learned either something about like what I will and won't tolerate or something about like what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, like I know that I do this bad, and you try to work on it.
Yeah.
It happened to me with my last one, man. Like, okay, I know I need to work on shit. Even though this person ain't doing what they need to do, you know that what your flaws are, you know?
And communication is another thing, too. Like, learn how to communicate with somebody. Because when you in a relationship, you don't want to hurt the other person's feelings, but then there's times when you got to be real and be like, yo, for real, though?
For real?
Really, though?
Really, though?
Really, though?
Really.
Really.
My nigga.
Oh, like, babe, this can't fly no more. Like, you need to switch this up, or you need to do this. Without being condescending or, like, you know.
Or nagging.
Or going off on a motherfucker.
I feel like sometimes in a relationship, like, you have to go off. There's some shit that you cannot take lightly. You can't just sit them down and be like, babe, really, this stuff right here is really annoying. Sometimes you just gotta be like, dude. Look here, this shit right here. This shit right here, nigga,
ain't working, bitch.
Like, you can calmly come to somebody and be like, hey,
nah, but
you've been doing this, it's annoying me, please don't do it
okay,
anymore.
but what happens when you go through that in a relationship and this person keep doing the same shit you been told their ass about?
Then, like, you can go off.
Nah, you gonna snap eventually.
That's what I'm saying. Like, some shit, like, you gotta, eventually, you can't keep sitting the same motherfucker down and being like, hey, babe, I know we talked about this last week, but I just caught you doing the same thing, man.
This is what I figured out in life, man. If somebody's like repetitionally doing something and they just keep messing up at it, or they just going about life not giving a fuck, the only way that somebody's gonna fix something is something bad or negative happens that makes them open their eyes up.
So basically what you're telling me is go in the motherfucking mouth.
Yeah, go in the motherfucker. No, that's like a nigga that's like robbing banks and shit. He ain't gonna stop till he get caught.
True.
You know? But is there ever a time where like you talk to a dude or talk to a nigga and he's just like not catching the drift like that? Nigga, I told you this a whole lot of times. Or is that more like, do you feel like women do that more, like they don't pick up on it? Or is that like, it was the same?
I feel like it's a both.
Both? You been with a dude where you like, you have to keep telling them the same shit over and over? And nigga ain't got on yet?
Like, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's a learning curve. You gotta tell people like, hey, don't do it, okay? Don't do it. Oh. I said, don't do it. What is wrong with you? Are you stupid?
She went New York on the stop.
That's New York.
New York.
New York.
I'm coming back with a part 2 to this.
Because this is getting a little too long, so this may have to be a part 2 to this. And it's late, and the nigga tired, and we got places to be in the morning.
I want to tell you right now, it's 3 fucking a.m. in the morning in Texas right now.
Is it?
Don't nobody care.
Yeah.
It's 4 o'clock in New York, so like, you know.
It's late. We tired. Look at the redness in my eyes.
So like,
so fuck y'all.
Comment. So what do you do on YouTube? Start with the S and M and the E.
Subscribe.
Hold up. Blow a kiss at the camera or something, Brian.
Let me tell you, I give you the D.
Wow, nigga, I'm out.
Us gang, nigga. Fuck you saying, boy? No rapping ass nigga, man. We the South, man. We don't care about that shit coming out your mouth. Swag, bitch. shit dope. Bitch, I'm hot, but the whip cold. These bitches talking about they limber.